Hey everybody, this is Tezlon for Drop Top Tees. Happy New Year! Today is January 1st, 2023. And I figured we'd start off the new year with something several of you have asked me to do, and that is to talk about the stereo I've done. People can spend all kinds of money on stereos on these cars. I've seen some friends put monster subwoofers in their trunk, and man, you can hear them coming from like a mile away. I didn't really want that with mine. I had two goals when I did my stereo. Number one, lose as little cargo space as possible and get a nice enough stereo to when I'm traveling top down at speed, I could still hear the bass tones. Because your lower mid-range and bass on a stock, especially the non-Bose systems, disappear when you're traveling at speed top down. You only get the upper mid-range and treble. So I wanted to be able to hear my bass when I was traveling fast with the top down. And again, I didn't want to give up a lot of cargo space. So we're going to take a look at what I did, and then I'll take it out and let you listen to it while we're driving, with the caveat that it's only going to sound as good as the GoPro recorder. So, but you'll be able to tell that when I'm on the highway, I can still get my bass comes through and you can hear it. And the videographer for today's intro was my wife Jennifer, who's getting ready to go shopping with our daughter Abby. So while they go out and sport around in Saxy to get to their shopping areas, I'm going to be going out and going down some nice fun roads in Itsy so I can record what the stereo sounds like while we're traveling at speed. Talk to you soon. Okay. So, the first thing I did was update the tweeters, and the coax is in the door, ground zero. All we did was switch them out to better speakers. I added, I think 5 1/4 coaxes, also ground zero. In the cubby holes, this is my only concession to space. I kept this empty. I never used these in the year and a half before I put the speakers in. All I ever used it for was to put my tire inflator kit in one of them, and I didn't really like it back there because I actually used the tire inflator kit to check my tire pressure. It was just I got tired of putting the seat forward. So I decided, well, I've never used these except for one thing in a year and a half. I'm not going to miss them if I give them up to speakers. And some people will say, yeah, but they're going right against the back of your seat here, so it's going to muffle the sound. But the thing is, when you're traveling or when you have your stereo on at all, it adds a like a surround sound feel to it. In the old days, I guess we would have called it ambient expansion, where it feels like you're in a larger space than you really are. It's not like true quadraphonic, but it gives you sound behind you as well as in front of you, more than the speaker in the headrest does, a lot more. And so it adds to the overall RO experience, and I'm happy with them where they're at. Some people said I should put subwoofers in there, but you can see the size of your opening. The best you could do, maybe if you wanted to go way out to the edge, would be a 6-inch subwoofer, which really isn't going to do a lot. And so amplifier I have, it's going to be hard to show you. It's up under the dash, up in here, under the passenger side of the dash where the glove box would have been. And for subwoofer, right here, I have my hand on the top of it. It's underneath the floor mat, underneath the carpet. There is a block of foam rubber, and they use it for sound deadening. If you have the Bose system, that's where the subwoofer goes. I've seen people, and I'll throw some pictures up here of where I got the idea from, on the 124spider.org website for them. And they've put 8 inches subwoofers in there. You put in an active or a powered subwoofer, and I went with a 10-inch Nakamichi active subwoofer, and it fits. I measured it out, and it's like, man, I could put a 10-inch down here, because even the 8-inch is a little bit weak on bass. You get up to the 10-inch, it's just a much stronger performer. And so I have the amplifiers, a DB Drive Neo M4, because it's a compact size. It'll fit up in there and it gives me 400 watts, paired with the Nakamichi. It's the perfect blend of amplifier and subwoofer. And then for the subwoofer remote, I have it right here. You can see it right here, just beneath my Madness AutoWorks Go pedal, which I highly recommend as a mod if you don't have it. So what we're going to do now is fire Itsy up, and I'll let you listen to it. I have a couple songs I put on my flash drive that I have the license for, so I can play them without any copyright infringement issues. And they aren't the best songs in the world. They're instrumentals, but they'll let you hear how much bass comes through as we're driving at various speeds, and then out on the highway with the top down. And so yeah, here we go. So what we're going to do is drive a short way to the interstate, let you listen to it at about 40 miles an hour, and then we'll go out in the interstate and let you hear both top down windows up and top down windows down.
because that's not what I wanted to do. Since I drive mostly top down, spending an extra $3,000 to have the perfect system was going to be lost in the wind noise anyway. Let's see if I can catch those cars. Time out. My wife's calling. Hello. Hey, I'm doing a video, so I'll call you back, okay? Love you. Bye. So to answer the question, a couple of you asked, how does the stereo do at car shows? Like, I don't know. It's not designed to compete in car show stereo competition. I would have made it a lot different if I wanted to do that. To win at that, I would have not worried about cargo space. Put a top-end subwoofer system in my trunk, boosted up the power and all that, and gone for really high-end components. And that wasn't my goal, so I don't bother wasting time entering it into stereo competitions because it'll never win, won't even place. It's not what I wanted it to do. I wanted it to give me basic speed, which it does. And I didn't lose hardly any cargo space making it, which was my other goal. So, for what I wanted, this is the perfect solution. I tried it at first without the subwoofer, and it just wasn't giving me the bass I wanted. So I added the subwoofer, now I'm really happy with it. So there you go, that's a quick look at my system. Audiophiles will find fault with it. They'll spend more money and go for higher end components. Hey, that's fine. Make your stereo the way you want it. I made the video to let you see it because some of you have asked. And maybe to give you some ideas about where to place things. I didn't put the subwoofer under the seat because it just won't fit there unless you raise the seat, which I didn't want to do. I didn't put it behind the seat, which is a popular place. But to do that, you would have to move the seat forward, leave it permanently forward 3 to 4 inches. And neither my wife or I like to have the seat up like that. So I went with it under the floorboard. And it works really well there. So if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Hit subscribe down there at the bottom right. We got some cool stuff coming up in 2023. Happy New Year, by the way. This is January 1st, so I hope everybody has a great new year. And we'll see you again soon.